Welcome Trophy Hunters. Today I have a simple, short and spacey trophy guide for the game Space Crew. The game isn't a step-by-step, but it will help you towards getting that shiny platinum in one simple playthrough. So first, start a new game and learn the basics in the tutorial. Once done, feel free to customise your ship and characters and aim at reaching level 6 on each of them. Always heal if any of your members look to be down to half of their life bars, either by the medkit or medbay. Keep in mind that the medbay does eventually run out until you're able to upgrade it later on. Remember that in every phase the battles do become a lot more harder, so grinding a handful of the earlier extra side missions before setting out in a mission is wise. The autosave point for the game is when you're in the hangar, so if at any point during a mission you start to feel overwhelmed, you can close the game down and restart it by going to the mission again from the start. You shouldn't need to do this much at the beginning of the game, but it can become incredibly handy as you get towards the end of the game, as the missions become increasingly harder and overwhelming with each new phase that you enter. As you do the main or the side missions, you'll also want to keep an eye out for the champions. There are 8 champions in total and you will need to kill them all towards one of the trophies. Now one becomes available usually after he has fled a battle with you. It will be added to your bounty list from the missions tab. Hit R2 to scroll over one screen to see them. You need to get them all done on one playthrough. Make sure you've been adamant about going after them. Take your time through the campaign. When you can, make sure you upgrade. Choose upgrades that provide shields, efficiency and power. Make sure you do it in that order. The less time you spend repairing all the modules, the more time you can spend killing the enemies. When your crew members reach level 6, they'll be able to train in a secondary skill. You want to make sure all of the skills have at least one additional person training it. And that way, if things don't go quite as planned, you can move your crew members about without worrying about a single station being unmanned. What you actually choose though will be up to your individual playstyle, so play around with them a little bit, find out a layout that works for you. Do make sure that you have 4 gunners though. On my playthrough, I hardly had to move the pilot or my navigator. Another thing to remember is that moving your supply bays, your medkit, guns, spacesuits, etc. isn't 100% vital unless you have extra cash. Before even launching for a mission, I quickly picked up the items from the supply bays and left them on the floor close to members that may need them. An example would be a gun near the rear gunner and the left side gunner, just in case any aliens would decide to jump on board. 4 trophies are for killing up to 250 enemy ships, which you would definitely get by the end of the campaign, so don't go grinding this, it will come naturally. Make sure to keep at least one member of your crew for over 30 missions. The rest of them will come naturally as you play. I found in my playthrough I did not need a single escape pod. I even sold the one that came with the ship for some extra cash at the beginning. It wasn't until chasing the missable trophies in phase 2, the black hole part, that I saved and closed the game and backed it up to the cloud. Once you've done this, you can do the 4 missable death trophies, knowing that you have a backup to come back to. First you need to lose your ship to a critical reactor. This can be done by taking some serious damage in a battle and gathering your crew members near towards the medbay to make sure they don't get hit. Once you've gone up in flames, download your backup from the cloud and load your game back up again. Unfortunately I did the trophies separately, but if you follow the next part you should get all 4 trophies in a couple of reloads. Now select one of the easier missions, complete it, head back as normal. However, once back outside Earth, put all your crew members apart from your pilot and security in the back cargo room. Make sure one of these members is wearing a spacesuit. Then select your security guy, have him sat at his station and open the airlock. This will suck your members out into space. On doing so, then set out to rescue the spacesuit wearing member by selecting them by using the R2 and collecting them from the airlock station using the tractor beam. Unsuccessfully rescuing him, then go throw your security guard off the wing or something, make sure he dies, and you only have 2 members left. Continue to complete the mission and bag yourself 3 missable trophies all in one. Bittersweet success, escape velocity and back from the black. Now back out of the game, download your original save from the cloud and reload the game. This time, if you haven't already, you'll either want to buy all escape pods or just one for the next trophy. Head on out and start taking damage. Make sure that someone gets hit a few times and then move them to safety, normally near the medbay. Select your pilot and issue abandon ship. Your members will then head to the closest pod to save their near-death arses. Keep in mind that if you only have one escape pod, then make sure your near-death member is the closest to it before issuing the pilot's command. Lastly, you need to be located where the black hole is. You'll know where it is when you find it. If you want to do this trophy pretty quickly, make use of your cloaking device. This should have unlocked with your security crew member. Idle your ship still. Activate the cloaking device when things are beginning to look like you're very outnumbered. If you're torn apart by the black hole, you need to sit idle and not move your ship until the timer runs out. You should get a lot of time covered whilst being cloaked. Once the timer hits 0, it will suck your ship into a bliss. This will be your last major missable trophy. All the other trophies are in the pipeline with the rest of the campaign. I'll mention that you do have to die out 50 fires by using the airlock. This was my last trophy and I made sure to take damage, and I left the fire spread a few times before using the security member to die out the airlock. As long as I didn't repair what was damaged, the fire kept igniting and I kept dying it out. I hope this guide was helpful. If it was, please slap that thumbs up. I'm Bill from AbsinthTears Gaming, another shiny platinum to the collection. A Space Odyssey.